everyone, welcome to my channel, and this video is the long-awaited Heritage Trail video. I realized that recording it isn't the end of things. I actually had to, record all these voiceovers and then piece together everything before I publish the video. So I just decided to publish it during the time that I'm overseas so that I can use it as filler content for the week. And yeah, I hope you all enjoy this video because I spent 2 hours walking around Woodlands for this. And if you think this video is pretty fun to watch, then I may probably do more in the future. So for the gist of this video will be me covering the Woodlands Heritage Trail, but not in the order specified in the website, in a different order according to the most efficient way of walking from in all these into all these places. And at the end, I will share what I have learned from doing this entire thing, what mistakes I may have made or already made, and what I should probably try to do next time if I ever do this next time. So yeah, let's just start. Okay. So the idea is I have a bunch of places from the Heritage Trail, which is shown in the routes website. I will put the link to that below, and you can go and see it for yourself if you want to do the trail yourself in whatever order you wish. So I decided to start at one of the locations rather than start at the location that they told to start at, in the sense, and then I just walked around in the part that made more sense to me. Yeah, let's just start. Hello. Well, we are here in Woodlands somewhere, and I'm heading to the first spot. I hope it doesn't rain. Yeah. Look forward to it. The first place I went to was the Sri Shiva Krishna temple, and it is a Hindu temple, obviously. If the name didn't tell it already, I have nothing to say. And from the name, we can tell that the the main gods of this temple are Lord Shiva and Lord Krishna. But of course, there are other other idols of the gods inside the temple as well. And at the time that I went, that I was standing on the opposite side of the road, I didn't go inside because one, it was like 5:30-ish, and that's not really the best time to visit a temple. It's better to visit in the morning or in the evening, maybe like 7 o'clock. But if you want to go at around 5 o'clock, maybe going on a Tuesday might be good. Yeah. And of course, this temple was built in 1962, and it apparently is popular with, of course, people who live in Woodlands and Marsiling around that area. And yeah, there isn't much else to say, but you can come to the temple in the morning for prayers, or to just to, if you want to do something there, you probably would be better off visiting in the morning around before maybe 12 o'clock, or if you can visit in the evening after 6:30 or 7. Yeah, that's what I recommend. And it happens to be at 31 Marsiling Rise. If that helps, you can search it on Google Maps and find your way there. So now I will show you a time lapse of me going from there to the next place. And cue. Okay, so I have apparently stopped at Marsiling Secondary School, and this isn't the actual location of the heritage trail, um, but that marker was on that at that area because it's the middle of Marsiling Road, and you can see some pictures of what I saw around me at that point. And basically, Marsiling Road is pretty long actually, and yeah. So, the name of Marsiling Road was derived from Lim Nee Soon's ancestral village. Like he has this house called Marsiling Villa. So he lived in that house once, and this house was named after his ancestral village in China, which was called Maxi village. I don't know how do you pronounce this. I am not well versed in pronouncing this, but apparently it sounds like Marsiling, so something close to that, I guess. And if you do not know who Lim Nee Soon is, he is the guy who Yishun's old name was named after, and Yishun is like the anglicized version of Yishun is like the anglicized version of Nee Soon. So here you go. Or the entire north has been affected by this one guy, I guess. But anyway, that's not the important thing. Okay. Okay, so I arrived at the next location, which is the Woodlands Town Garden, which is quite interesting. It has a few Asian architectural stuff down there, which revolves around Malay and Chinese culture. And there's this river that goes through the park, which is called Sungai Mandai Kecil, which culminates into this lake that you see in the park. So now I will just show you. Now you can see me walking into the park and things like that. The swing is a bit wet. Anyway. Let's try it anyway. 10 minutes later. I rate this ring a 10 out of 10. Let's go. Oh, there's another one here. Mango. I think that's where the town is. There's mangroves in here. That is so cool. Beware of falling coconuts. It's very quiet here, except for that loud factory noise in the background. I guess I should probably get out of here because I have to go to the next place. Are there really mangroves here? Okay, let's go there and see if there's any mangrove. What is the amphitheater? Oh, okay, I think these are the mangroves. Well, nothing much to be said about, yeah, these things. Okay, let's go. Need to go to the next place. Wow, Look at this tree. Looks so straight. It's called it's an interesting tree. A mango zone. Are there more? Can't see much from here though. Just see a bunch of leaves. Okay, so there's a lot of mangroves inside there, which is quite cool. Should visit this park another time, I guess. It's a nice park. Here's the viewing tower, I think. Is this a viewing tower? Let's go up. Seems like there are more steps to go up. Interesting views, yeah. Okay, so apparently next to the park there's this old Woodlands town center. I think I missed it, but I'll put a picture of it here anyway, even though I didn't take the picture. I apparently this is next to the checkpoint, you know, the checkpoint that you need to go to Johor, and it has a bunch of shops and things there which sell a lot of things, and if you want to buy something before going to Johor you can buy it here. And there are also really good exchange rates in this center apparently, so if you want to change some, you know, cash into ringgits or something, you can probably go there and do it. So off we go to the next location. Okay, so we are here at the next location called Masjid An-Nur, and yeah, it's a pretty cool big one. And at the time that I was there, the prayers were going on, so I didn't really want to stick around and take too many pictures of that area. And I saw a bunch of people walking into the mosque. They were walking towards the mosque, and after that, I was like, at that point of time, I already walked around quite a bit, so I just wanted to get it done soon. But anyways, about the mosque, it was built in 1980 under the Mosque Building Fund, and is managed by a management board who is appointed by MUIS, and it has a lot of grassroots activities and outreach programs, and that sounds pretty cool. And it's blue in color. It's a nice color, I think. It's at 6 Admiralty Road if you're interested in visiting the mosque. Okay, off to the next location. So the next location is the New Life Bible Presbyterian Church, and I do not know why it has a long name, but okay, cool. And it was established in 1983. So it has prayer sessions, Sunday school, fellowships, and ministries, and also has local and overseas missions. It's at 10 Marsiling Lane if you're interested to visit this place, and yeah, it just seems like a nice big church, I guess. Um, yeah, so next to the church is a Christolite Methodist home, which is a home for elderly people. And it was opened on 26 July 1997 by the Minister of Community Development, Mr. Abdullah Tarmugi, at that point of time, I guess. And it is established by the Methodist Welfare Service Group. I guess it makes sense that it's next to the church, so but I guess they're different groups because this is Methodist and then the church is Presbyterian. Oh well. But anyways, this is quite nearby the church. It's at 51 Marsiling Drive. I think I missed it out. If I did, I'll put a picture. If I didn't, I'll put the picture that I took of it. So off to the next location we go. Alright, I accidentally passed by this location, so I'll just put some pictures at the point that I think that I passed by the location. I literally saw it right next to me on the side and I didn't take any pictures or anything about it, even though it's so huge. And what is that place? It's the Marsiling Market. It is a wet market, of course. It's a quite an important place, I guess. And it has served the Marsiling Woodlands community for many years before all the other wet markets have came up, I guess. And it reopened on 28 February 2009 after renovations. and after that it was cleaner, I guess. I'm not sure how it is now because I didn't go inside. As I said, I was quite tired and it was getting late. I needed to finish going to all the locations in time. So the market is at 20 Marsiling Lane if you're interested to go to the market. It looks pretty nice and big actually from the outside, but I didn't go inside. So off we go to the next location. Once again, I think I went in the wrong direction and I didn't go through Admiralty Park. But I have been to Admiralty Park before, which was the side that's next to Republic Poly. But that part of the park is actually pretty boring, so don't visit that part. Visit the other parts of the park. But if I have time, I'll go there another time and take a separate video there. If I do, then I'll probably link it here. But Admiralty Park is a pretty big park actually, and it has a river valley shaped hilly terrain of some sort. It kind of just looks like that throughout, and it has a lot of mangrove swamps, and there are a lot of little broad walks like the one that I saw in the town park. So this is like a big version, I think, of the town park. And it's in Admiralty Road. There's nothing else much to say. It's quite huge. There are many parts to this park. But since I went the wrong direction, I missed a bunch of locations. I missed the next location as well, so I'm going to talk to you about it right now. Okay, so the other location that I missed was the Admiralty West Prison, which was the former base of the Royal Malayan Navy. It is at 21 Admiralty Road West, and it is along the west section of Admiralty Park, and it was originally the site of a Royal Air Force radio station, which later became Royal Malayan Navy's base. And then, yeah, it's just a lot of Navy and soldier stuff. So, if you're interested in that kind of thing, you can probably just come look at the building, I guess. The origins of the Navy are linked to the Strait Settlement Naval Volunteer Reserve, which was formed on 27 April 1934 by the British colonial government. By the way, all the information that I'm reading to you is mostly from the Roots website, so if you're interested to read the information again, there's nothing much to read there actually. If you can just go to the website, I guess. Because I'm too lazy to make my own scripts, and to be honest, there's nothing much to make a script of. Seriously. Yeah, at the end of the day, at the end of the time lapse, I reached Woodlands Waterfront Park. Seems like I accidentally skipped Admiralty Park, but let's just say it's not that interesting. Well, Woodlands waterfront was officially opened on 23rd May 2010. It is actually a really nice park. It's nice to go and stand there and at that edge over there. It's at the coast, obviously. You can see Johor Bahru from that area. And it has a 1.5 kilometer long waterfront promenade. Actually, that's what I was referring to, the that thing that you can walk on. It's like a really cool broad walk that you can go. And if you stand there, it's nice and windy, and it feels even better in the night. So do visit that area and just stand there for some time. That's the best thing you can do. And of course, the second best thing you can do is play in the swings, in my opinion. Yeah. So it has 11-hectare park which has a huge playground. As I just mentioned, there's swings there, and there's also a 400-meter ex-naval jetty. Yeah, so that promenade is kind of linked to the jetty, I guess. It's like, yeah, it's just there. And this park is also linked to Admiralty Park. As I was walking towards the waterfront, I noticed the signs of Admiralty West Park, but I didn't go inside because I don't have time. And as you can see, it was already dark. It was like 7:30 p.m. But I highly recommend going to Woodlands waterfront. It is quite a nice park to visit. And from the park, you can see, well, what else can you see? You can see the causeway, and we'll talk about that right now. Okay, so actually you don't need to walk until the causeway. You can actually see the causeway from the Woodlands Waterfront Park. So the causeway is just this road that connects Singapore and Johor Bahru, if you do not know this already. And it is about 1 kilometer long actually. It's 1,056 meters, so if you want to be specific. And as you can see, there's a lot of vehicles on the road because for some reason there's always people who want to go to Johor Bahru and people who want to come to Singapore at any point of time except at 4 a.m. in the morning maybe, or 3 a.m. I don't know, some weird timing. So it was built at a cost of $17 million and it was officially opened on 28 June 1924. I'm pretty sure there are two links so far. We have Tuas link and Johor Bahru Causeway, the Singapore Johor Bahru Causeway. Um, there's news that there will be a third link. I don't know if it will actually be built, but I think that may help. I'm not sure if it will help ease congestion, but it may still help to access that very eastern part of the mainland, like eastern part of West Malaysia. Yeah. And that marked the end of my 2 hour journey. I'm surprised I actually finished it within 2 hours, but I think it was because I skipped some places accidentally. Yeah. And also because I didn't go into any of the places and spend a decent amount of time there apart from the park, I should say. So conclusion. Well, actually, this trail is pretty nice. I got to see some places I don't usually see. I mean, who would purposely go and walk down Marsiling Road unless they're doing the heritage trail, you know, or living in the area for that matter. It was quite nice to walk down the road, um, especially since it was already 5:30. It wasn't that hot anymore. Um, in terms of the time lapse, actually it wasn't too tiring to hold it, but after a while of holding it with one single hand, it was a bit tiring, honestly. And I had to charge my phone with a power bank once I reached the waterfront park. And the mistake that I did here was that I accidentally skipped some places and I didn't properly check whether I was going in the right direction, and that's why I missed out Admiralty Park and the prison. So yeah, next time I should do that properly. And another thing that I realized is that I don't have a lot of time in general, and I'm not sure if I can spend 2 hours. Even though 2 hours is actually not a lot of time for doing a trail, but if I want to do longer trails, I would need even more time. So I should focus on the shorter ones, maybe. I'm not sure. But I hope you still enjoyed it. As for the time lapse, I know that they are a bit shaky because I was walking and I walk pretty fast. So obviously it's just gonna shake a lot. If you have any comments on how I can improve my time lapse, please do put them below. I use the OSnap app, so if you think I should be using a different app, I prefer free apps. Please tell me if there's any free apps that I can use that are perfect for this purpose, then do comment below. Yeah, I think that's about it. I hope you enjoyed this video, either for the time lapse or for the random information that I provided. And if you enjoyed it, please press the like button and subscribe. And as always, I would like to say thank you and bye.